Well, g'day everyone and welcome back to the channel. This week we're at Teewah Beach. What do you reckon, Al?
I'm looking forward to it. It's been a while.
It has been a long while. We've never taken a caravan on the beach before, so we're going to find out in about 5 minutes time what that's all about. But in the meantime, go and get yourself a cold drink, get your feet up for the next 20-30 minutes or so. Hopefully the weather finds up, come and join the adventure. Hi, I'm Steve.
And I'm Alison.
We decided a couple of years ago that we'd work hard and save all of our money and start living life on our own terms.
So we bought a caravan and hit the road on a trip for two all around Australia.
So why not come and join us every week for our adventures? We just finished airing down the car and the caravan. I've taken everything down to 20 PSI. I was at 18, but the back tyres in the car, they just looked a little bit flat. And I think that's just because of the weight of the van that's resting on them at the moment. But yeah, this is the first time we've ever taken the caravan on the beach. So we've done a bit of beach driving. We've done here and we've done Fraser and a few other places, but we've never taken a caravan on the beach before. So when we get in the car, I'll throw it into obviously low range four-wheel drive. We'll hit second gear, get us across the first part of the beach. And once you're across that, Teewah Beach is really easy to drive on. And in fact today, because it's been raining, the bloody sand's probably a little bit firmer anyway. So anyway, we'll take it down, we'll have a look. So here we go. Okay, so we're just rolling around on the beach. Something you need to know, if you're going to come onto Teewah, you need a permit. You can get it from Queensland Parks and Services, I think it is. What it cost us, Al?
I think it was $36 odd for the week.
Yeah, for the week.
$14.40 per day.
Yeah, that was good value. So just turn the camera around, you can see we're just coming onto the slow point here, and there's also a camera just here, and that's where they check your number plate from. And the park ranger, he'll come along and he'll check you throughout the course of the week to make sure you're still paid up. I'll just get this into four-wheel low. All right, here we go. This is the maiden voyage of the car and caravan onto the beach. Just sneak up here. I've dropped it into four-wheel low. I'll throw it into second gear once we get on the sand. Teewah is a pretty easy beach to get onto. You don't have too much soft sand here, and today because it's raining, that's just going to firm it up and probably work in our favour a little bit more. You got to pick your tide. It's a low tide's at 5 o'clock. We're about an hour ahead of it at the moment, so it should be pretty easy. This looks like the spot, so I'll give it the beans and get going. Here we go. It was pretty easy to tell you the truth. The car revved a little bit. That's only because I've got it in low range second gear, and we'll stay in low range all the way up the beach here. It's a little bit soft the higher up you are, and then as you come down a little bit closer to the water, it's a little bit easier to drive with. I've never driven with the caravan on the back before, but it's certainly, I can feel it, and I can't feel it when I'm out on the road, but you can feel a little bit of movement in there, but it all feels good. So yeah, it's a beautiful drive. Hopefully we get a sunny day while we're here. Show them that.
Yes, it's a little bit set in at the moment, but it did say what the next couple of days would be sunny. Yeah,
it said that the next couple of days it's going to fine up. Anyway, we'll find out. Either way, we're sticking it out because we bought our week's permit. When you come onto the beach from the third cutting, you've got about, I think it's about a 10 to 15 kilometre drive.
I think so, yeah.
Something like that, until you hit the camp zones further up the beach. Now there's 7 camp zones at Teewah, and you have to book them all online through the Queensland Parks and Services, or I'm not quite sure, but I'll drop in what the link is below. We go to Camp Zone 4 a lot because it's relatively flat and there's some grass there, and it's easy access to the beach. It's quite nice, but everybody has their own preferences when they come up to Teewah and the places that they want to stay in. There's also a paid campground here, which is at Freshwater. We'll show you that a little bit later on the video because there's a dump point and stuff up there which we may or may not need to use over the next couple of days, but we'll check it out.
Some of the campsites are behind dunes and some are not behind the dunes, so it just depends on your preference.
Yeah, I know when it's windy a lot of people want to get in behind the dunes just to break out that wind. We're going to go straight up onto the beach. It's not too bad, the wind, so I had a look at windy and it said they wouldn't get any more than about 15k an hour for the next 3 days, so that should be pretty good. But if it gets really bad, we'll just try and find a more sheltered spot, or just turn the caravan around so it faces the other way. Either way, it should all work.
Give it a go.
Well, today's Valentine's Day, and I thought that I might cook us a bit of a roast dinner. I'll show you that in a second. Alison's just sitting here quietly reading a book. Tell them what you read now.
What is it? I give my marriage a year, but don't read into that. You always do.
And it's Valentine's Day too. Anyway, come around, I'll show you what we're having for dinner. All right, so on the Weber tonight, we've got a bloody roast lamb going now. I've used the Weber to roast, but geez, that looks good. And it smells good too. I've used the Weber to roast before, but only chickens. This is our first crack at a lamb, so on he goes. I always slide it back in the toolbox. It just helps with the wind. Just seems to keep it a lot hotter. So that should be good. We'll do that with some very simple veggies. I'll throw some spuds and pumpkin in there later. We'll do a few beans, just a very traditional sort of lamb roast meal. Should be good. No peas, because Alison doesn't like peas, do you?
Not a big fan. I'll eat them, but I'm not a big fan, no.
All right, so here we are at Teewah Beach. We're camped up in Zone 4. I did say that a little bit earlier today. How much does it cost, Al?
I think it's $7 something, $7.75 or $7.25? $7.25
Yep.
per adult per day.
Yeah.
I think they have family deals. It's the Queensland Parks, so I'm pretty sure the Queensland Parks is one of the rated, valued systems in Australia.
Oh yeah, as you know, we're going down to New South Wales very soon. We've been looking at all the national parks down there, and it's like double the fee than what it is to stay in Queensland, isn't it?
It is. Plus, being on the Teewah Beach, you do need your beach pass. So I think it's $14.40 a day, or I think the week was about $36 something. So depending on how long you want to stay, a daily pass might be more economical, or the weekly pass.
Now that's on top of your camp fees, but what you get is something absolutely fantastic. And as usual, isn't it, Al? Every time we come to the bloody beach, that's when we're here, Fraser, wherever we are, bloody rains, all right? Here it is. All right, but we're hoping we get a nice bit of sun at some point while we're here so we can show you, because this is an absolutely beautiful beach once it lights up.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Once the sun comes out, it really does highlight just how lovely this part of the world is, and it's definitely one to put on your list, especially when the sun is shining. Might sound a little strange to say, but there is no dingoes. Sometimes people think because we're in the Fraser region there are dingoes, but no, there is no dingoes. So it's good for families and little ones as well.
Exactly. There mightn't be any dingoes, but I tell you what, you come here bloody February, March, there's March flies everywhere, and they hurt when they bite, little bastards. All right, anyway, we're going to get on with a little bit of dinner. Alison's going to finish up a book, and we'll catch up a little bit later on. Well, good morning. We've woken up here to a almost beautiful day. There's a bit of cloud on the horizon. We've got plenty of blue sky. Looks like it's going to head above us today, and we bloody need it. We've been clouded out for the last couple of days, which means we need to get a little bit of power back into our solar panels. We're going to give the van a little bit of a rest this morning and take you for a drive. So we're going to head up the beach, and we'll shoot up the Double Island Point. We'll go for a walk up to the lighthouse, show you all that and how you got the fantastic view down along Rainbow. Then we'll come back. We'll cross across the headland at the Leisure Track, head out to the lagoon, and then down Rainbow Beach. And we're hoping that Mudlow Rocks is covered, sometimes it is, and we can just drive straight up into Rainbow Township. If not, we'll just park the car and walk up, because we don't like driving our car over Mudlow Rocks. It's not worth the risk. Anyway, come join us for the day for the adventure, but at the moment I'm going to finish my coffee and enjoy this sunrise. I've got to say, some days life is just really, really hard to take. Okay, so if you follow Teewah Beach all the way up, you'll come to Double Island Point. You can see that just in front of us now, if the haze hasn't blocked it out too much. This is very, very popular amongst the surfing fraternity. There's always people up the beach here surfing, but it's a fantastic and it's a beautiful spot, isn't it, Al?
It is a beautiful spot, yes. Yeah, it's nice to come and visit.
All right, we'll grab ourselves a car park up here and we'll walk up and show you the lighthouse. So we parked the car up and we're just going to do the walk up to the lighthouse. I think it's about, it's nearly a kilometre from memory, isn't it, Al?
I think so.
Yeah, and the first part's straight uphill, but it's not too bad. If you puff out pretty easy, just take your time going up, because the view, the higher you get, looking up along Teewah Beach is well worth the walk, and particularly when you get up to the lighthouse, and I'll show you all that in a second, because you get to look all the way along Rainbow and Teewah. It's fantastic up here. It's a pity it's an overcast day today, because normally this just really goes off through here. It really lights up all the water and the beach. It's fantastic, but even so, still has a natural beauty today, doesn't it, babe?
It does. It's still beautiful.
Oh yeah.
I forgot how lovely it is here.
It is. So here's the start of the uphill, and this is as bad as it gets. Probably only goes for about 150 metres or so. It's not too bad, but
2.2
yeah, there you go.
return. Steep climb.
I was pretty close. I said 1k up there, so yeah, 2.2 k's return, but it's not too bad.
Tests out the fitness.
It does. Do you reckon it's as steep as the one when you go up to Sandy Cape on Fraser?
Much of a muchness.
Yeah, I think the one at Fraser is just a lot longer, that's all.
Yes, I think that's just got more to it.
Yes. Anyway, that's what the heavy breathing's all about. I don't know if it's just me, but when we walk up tracks like we're walking up now, give you a quick look, and you know that you're the first one up here for the day, you're also the person that gets to break all the spiders' webs that we hear overnight, and I hate walking the spiders' webs during the day. It's bloody, yeah, you just don't know where the little buggers are gone. All right, so let's get our breath back. We're almost up to the lighthouse now, but we've come to a point where you can stop just before you get to the lighthouse, and you get a fantastic view straight down Teewah Beach, which is down there, and we're probably about, I reckon, a good 20 kilometres down there, aren't you?
Oh, easily.
Easily. And the other thing you can see here, and we're going to show you later because we're going to go across the leisure track, but if you look over there you can see those cliffs, and they are the sand dunes that make up Rainbow Beach, so that's going to be great to go for a drive along there today.
It is beautiful.
All right, so won't muck around anymore, we'll get up and check it out.
So Double Island Point was named by Captain James Cook when he was on his voyage to discover and chart the east coast of Australia in 1770. Originally the lighthouse was built halfway up the headland, but then they changed it to its current position so it could warn more ships as they passed by from the rocky headland. The light itself has been upgraded many times, so it started off as the old kerosene burner light and now is powered by the electric solar panels, and the light's actually been able to be seen by ships up to 48.1 k's out to sea, or if you're more of a fisher person, 26 nautical miles. Just before we leave the lighthouse, just a couple more things before we go. If you're on the beach and you need phone reception, you can come up here and get it pretty easy. Oh, it's great reception up here.
It is. Or you can just go across to Rainbow Beach, because you can get it over there at Lagoon as well. But just show you off here in the distance, and I hope the GoPro picks it up today, but that large massive land out there, that's Fraser Island. So if you follow that across, you can see I think it's White Inlet that's over there, and then Inskip Point's just on the other side over there, and that brings you all around onto Rainbow Beach. So yeah, unfortunately we didn't get a clear day today, but we got a pretty good day, and we hope you enjoyed the drone footage. Well, that was Double Island Point and the lighthouse, which was fantastic, wasn't it? It is fantastic. Every time I come up here I stop and I look, and I'm always just amazed at just how beautiful it is. It really is lovely. Oh yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. And we just said that coming down the hill, didn't we? It doesn't matter what sort of day we've been here for, and we've been for different types, sunny and not sunny. It just has a beauty about it. It's just, yeah, well worth the walk. So if you've got the energy and you feel like a walk, get yourself out to Double Island Point and walk up the lighthouse, because it's well worth your time. I'm just going to head up the leisure track now. Let's get through this softer sand. It's not too hard getting through here. Having said that, there's always one day when it will be. The leisure track links the two beaches, so you come from Kalula or Teewah Beach and you come across onto Rainbow Beach. Once you get on, they've got all that plasticky stuff underneath the sand to give you a bit more traction so people don't get bogged on the track, but yeah, this is pretty easy. I'll show you when we get down here. You'll see the cameras as we get towards the end. There for where you need the beach permit. So you've heard us speak about beach permits. You need a beach permit when you drive on Teewah Beach, but if you're just coming for a day trip on Rainbow and you're coming from the Rainbow Beach end, you don't need a permit all the way up to the lagoon. It's only when you cross onto the leisure track where the permit is enforced. Okay, so here's the cameras for the number plate readers. This is the point you need the permit from if you're coming back onto Teewah. We're heading out towards the lagoon at the moment, so We'll just roll down here slowly because there's a fair bit of water here at the moment. I'm not driving that because it's salt. I'll just come out onto the track now. Yeah, look, you can get around. I don't mind driving through that because we can just get up high, but we probably leave this and just go another way. We might go up the freshwater track and just take you into town that way. But if you go up just through here, there's some toilets, and you can go around, you can follow the beach up all the way along here, and then, yeah, absolutely fantastic drive all the way down along Rainbow Beach. If I can get in from Rainbow at the other end, I'll definitely show you that. But if you do come here to Teewah, we've seen so many people when they've come down here to the lagoon and they drive along this part of the track here, which is totally changed since the last time we were here, but just in front of me over there you can see that water. We've seen cars go under there where the water's come up over the roof of the car when they've gone through, and I think everybody who four-wheel drives knows that if you put salt water through your engine or just through your car in general, you reckon it, you know, so we try and avoid it as much as we can. So we're going to give this a miss today, but we'll head down to freshwater, might cut up the freshwater track, take you into town, show you that way. Into freshwater, just shoot up the track here. The sand looks a little softer but should be okay. Here we go. Easy work for the mighty Colorado. Easy work. All right.
It's one of the easiest ones we've done, that's for sure.
Definitely. You come up.
Benefits of not having a lot of sun, I think.
That's right.
The sand isn't as soft.
That's right. Come up to freshwater if you need them. There is toilets up here, and we've been past here in the morning when we've gone into Rainbow before, and there's always quite the queue when it's busy. There's also a dump point up here.
Yes.
Take you through. We'll show you that. And day use area, which has got what, Barbies and tables and stuff in here, hasn't it?
Yeah, Barbies. It's a nice little area. I think also to the left, that's the dump point.
Yeah, we'll go
service
through.
Bay.
We'll drive through the service bay.
They have some showers, but they're showers like you. Did they still have a shower?
Yeah, they're cold water showers.
Yeah, just like when you come off the beach, like there's nothing flash.
That's
but
right.
Gets the salt water off you.
Plenty of taps here. We've heard it's not potable. There's no signs here to say, oh yes it is, there is some signs there to say it's not potable,
it's
so
not
we
potable.
do see people drinking it. And there's the toilets.
And bins.
So
Dump
yeah,
point,
good
yes.
dump point facility. This is just north of campsite 1, so it's not too far away from any of the campsites on the beach.
No, and on this side is the toilets.
Yeah.
Up.
There they are, just up in the back there. And some, we said barbecues and tables and a bit of information on the area. And if you get really lucky, lots of big goannas.
Oh yes. We have seen a few big goannas here.
We've seen a couple of monsters around here. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to go for a drive now on the freshwater track. It's about 16 k's long. We won't show you all of that, of course. But it takes you back into town. When we get to the end, we'll just air up before we go out onto the road and head into town, give you a bit of a look around Rainbow. These around here.
Hey,
look at
mate.
him. Oh, he's cool. Look at the size of him. He's well fed.
He's only small compared to some of them that we've seen.
Yeah. Great things about driving along the freshwater track is just the way that the vegetation changes and you get into this rainforesty type drive right towards the end if you're coming off the beach, or right at the very start when you're coming back down onto the beach. But yeah, it's always a beautiful drive through here. It reminds me a lot of the centre of Fraser Island.
It does.
I suppose with Fraser's only about what, as the crow flies, maybe about 20 k's to the north. Yeah, the vegetation should be pretty similar. Ali and I were just discussing about whether or not we'd take the caravan up this track, and we thought it would only happen if it was an absolute emergency and we had to get off the beach and there was no other way to do it. We've come along here before though, haven't we? And we've seen camper trailers, hybrids, boats.
Very small caravans.
Yeah, definitely. You can certainly pull something up along here. I think the biggest gripe, we're just talking about that as well, was, and we noticed this particularly on Fraser Island when you're going over the west coast, is that in a lot of areas there's not a great lot of places you can pull off and give way. And when you're towing something big like potentially a caravan through those sorts of tracks, we did hear some people getting very, very frustrated over the radio, didn't we?
We did, yes.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of space to pass.
Yeah, and even just trying to manoeuvre on the track, it's a little bit more difficult. Nowhere near as difficult as getting out to Notch Point, but certainly has its challenges as you go along. you haven't seen our Notch Point episode, I'll drop a link in for it in the bio of this one or the description of this video, because it's a good one.
It is good. Notch Point is beautiful.
Oh, it is.
It's definitely one of the best free camps you can go to.
Just coming to the main street of Rainbow Beach, Shell Garage here. That's where a lot of people go to air up when they come off the beach, because that is the closest service station at the moment. And then you just come into the town itself. It's a nice little town, typical little coastal town you see around now.
It is, it is. It's good. It's got an IGA, BWS.
Yeah.
Lots of cafes, bakery, Steve's favourite.
Yes, and there's always plenty of people here. It doesn't matter when you come here, there's always plenty of people here.
BP on our right side, that's pretty new, the last year or so. And the famous, what's this pub up here on this?
Could be too famous if you can't remember its name.
I can't think of its name, but I know a few people like to come and
Here we go,
this one.
The deck.
The deck, that's it.
Yeah, you do need to make a booking if you want to go in there. The food's okay, it's a bit overpriced. Rainbow Beach itself, this is a patrol beach. It's nice to bring yourself or the family down here on a summer's day. It's really good, well protected beach. It's quite good. You keep driving along here and get access back down onto Rainbow Beach. And had we come up this morning the way that we spoke about, this is where we would have come off the beach here, but we'll see if we can get on. We'll go down and have a bit of a look. Yeah, we'll go down and throw a U-turn, give you a look.
There's a person in the water.
Oh, yes. Rolling around in the wash.
I was going to say, not between the flags.
Okay, so this is Rainbow Beach. It's really nice to come and set up along here of a day, bring down some picnic gear and just sit here and watch the world go by. Just be careful how far you go down. You can see down there at the corner some rocks exposed down there. That's mudlow rocks. Sometimes they're exposed and they can be a little bit hard to drive over, and we certainly won't drive over them when they're exposed. Or we've been down there when they've been absolutely covered in sand and you just cruise along the beach. But at the moment, I think once the tide rolls out, it'll be quite easy to get around.
I think so.
I think the sand's over them at the moment. Yeah. But yeah, so where we were before, right over there, that's the lagoon, and there's Double Island Point over there in the distance. When you come down onto Rainbow, you don't need a permit to come onto this part of the beach, and you don't need the permit to go all the way up the beach to the lagoon. We just come down to give you a bit of a look. We're going to shoot off the beach now and then show you a couple of other things around Rainbow. But on our way past, I'll get Alison to turn the camera around and we'll show you the famous Rainbow Beach steps.
That's not good.
Okay, so these are the steps at Rainbow Beach that you've seen 1,000 photos of people taking up and down. But yeah, quite novel. Alright, so when you come off the beach, we'll just quickly go up to the end of the street and I'll show you where the dump point and where you can get some water from.
I have to say, it's very good RV friendly or camping friendly area, to be honest. Oh, it's changed a bit.
They've put in the pay for the water, I think.
Oh, they have.
Oh, that's not on.
They've upgraded this. It used to be a bit of a dirt patch, and the dump point and a whole lot of taps along here. Yeah,
so the dump point's obviously in behind there.
Yes, it is.
I won't go around and show you, but it used to face the road.
Yeah.
And then we noticed these are starting to creep into a few places. So there you go. So yeah, what are they charging you for water there, El?
$1.30 equals 200 litres.
Oh, that's all right. So you can fill your caravan tanks here. If you've got like we've got 190 litres, you can do that for what's that? $1.30. Well, no one's going to whinge about that.
No. But yeah, it used to be just a whole series of taps in a really old like sink area.
It did.
Like the old Fisher, you know, the
come down and clean your fish type area,
yeah, it was very old. It was very, like, as I said, just a dirt truck. So they've done a bit of an upgrade since we were here last time. And if we head out this way, we'd go down to Inskip. Yeah,
so if you follow the road straight down, we're not going to go down there today, but if you go down there and turn to your right at the end, you end up heading towards Inskip Point. Stop in Rainbow. We're just going to come around here. You can see that big propeller there. I don't know how many people who watch our channels heard of the Cherry Venture before, but that's the prop off the Cherry Venture, and I think that's the last bit that survives. Now everything else is gone. It used to be down on the beach down there where we camped, but it's gone now. And there's the Rainbow Beach Surf Club. It's got a great deck on it, looks out over there, and in whale season you can see the whales out there in the water. It's bloody beautiful, that one.
It is a very popular surf club, that's for sure.
Alright, so just on the freshwater track as you're coming back down towards the beach, probably about 2 or 3 k's past the day use area, you come past the number plate reader again, and once again this is where you need your permit to go further down onto the beach. Yeah, just heading back out onto the beach now off the freshwater track. So once again, it's a pretty easy exit point. This and the tide will be up a little bit further, so the soft sand won't be as far to get across. Although I haven't let the air back out of the tyres after we pumped them up, so we should be right.
Could be famous last words.
There you go.
It's a bit bumpy.
Yeah, slide around. It's good. All right, so just going to roll back down to the campground. It's a great little drive if you come and do it. Alison and I have come a couple of times and we've done this as a day trip, haven't we? We've come up from Brisbane in the morning,
yes,
and we've either come via the ferry, then driven all the way up to the beach. We go across to the lagoon, have a sausage sizzle or something there, and then continue to follow the beach up to Rainbow, then out through Rainbow and follow the highway home. It's about a 7 or 8 hour day trip out on a Sunday. It's not a bad day though.
It's very nice.
And we've also done it the other way where you just come the freshwater track both ways.
Yes.
So we come down the freshwater track, spend the day on the beach, and then go back home via the freshwater track.
That was our first trip. That was our first experience.
That was our first experience, yep.
On a beach.
Yeah, it was, yep.
Neither of us had ever done that before, so it was a good little practice.
Well, good morning. I thought I'd start today a little bit differently. We've been off grid now on Teewah Beach. This is our 5th day, but for the first 4 days, it's been raining and overcast, and that really plays havoc with your batteries. We have our 400 amp system, as we've told you before, but we don't use generators or any of that sort of stuff, so we're totally reliant upon sunlight coming through. So this morning, to start the day after 4 days of no sun, we've still got 18% of our battery left, but you can see the sun's starting to roll in now. So it's a couple of minutes to 8 in the morning, got about 9 amps starting to come in on the panels, or from the panels. It makes life a bit of a juggling act, doesn't it, Al?
It does, yeah. We definitely had a few cloudy, rainy days, and we've, still used Starlink and kept life going.
Yeah, we have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you outside and show you how beautiful this beach can be once the sun comes out. Well, I hope the sound quality's all right. I'm having a few problems with my microphones at the moment, so I'll do the best that I can. We've come out here onto the beach. We've waited nearly 4.5 days for the sun to come back out, and we got this absolute beautiful day. Check that out. The solar panels have been screaming for a bit of sun. We've been so low. Anyway, I told you I'd give you an update on how that goes today. Anyway, one thing I'm going to show you that a lot of people don't when they come to Teewah Beach is the beautiful cliffs or hills that you sit below. Now these hills are the coloured sands, just like they are on Rainbow, because it's only just over the other side of the headland. But check out where we are. Absolutely love this. You get that real contrast, the different colour sands set against the green background of the bush. It's just absolutely beautiful camping here. So here's all the sand dunes that are just behind us. Here's Ali and I, totally on our own, although there are a few people up here today. And there's our view of the beach on this beautiful, beautiful day. Check it out.
Pretty good way to spend your Saturday afternoon. If you've never visited Teewah, come down and visit. It's a great way to spend the weekend.
That many blue bottles come up on the beach here. When the cars roll along, you can hear them popping like that bubble wrap all the way down the beach. They're bloody everywhere.
Pippies?
You might get the pippies rolling.
Oh, there you go. There's a couple. Oh, there's a few more. Oh, look at them go. Pippies. Look at them all. Wow. We haven't seen pippies for a while on the beach. We always seem to miss them. So Teewah Beach can actually get quite busy with the traffic going up and down. The rules are you need to abide the same road rules that you would if you're on a sealed road, and the the speed limit in the camp zones are actually 50 k's an hour, and a lot of people do the 50 k's an hour, which is really good, but you get a lot of people who don't do the 50 k's an hour. So if you're coming down with your family and friends, just keep an eye out, because sometimes I'm not sure the drivers are keeping an eye out for you. And to be honest, sometimes it's a bit difficult to see people on the beach until you're very close to them. Fisher boy got something. Woohoo! What'd you get?
Well, my work here's done. I've relieved the ocean of this bloody monster.
Return to the surf.
Well, this morning I said we had a sunny day and we're well down on amps. In fact, we started the day at 18 and I showed you that when we started. Today I'm going to make a couple of excuses here. We've had a bit of cloud come over quite regularly throughout the course of the day, but the battery system hasn't recovered too bad. Not as good as what I predicted a little bit earlier this morning, but nevertheless I'm still pretty happy. So I'll show you where we're at. So 54% of the battery back, or of our total amount of battery back. So when we started this morning we're at 18%. That's about, on a 400 amp system, just quickly work that out in my head, it's about 74, 75 amps, it's somewhere around there. We've recovered back to 54. That's about 215 to 220, just quick calculation. So we've recovered, you know, like a good amount of battery that'll certainly keep us ticking along for at least the next couple of days if we weren't to get any sun. So yeah, really happy with the result from today.
Time has ended. What do you think?
Yeah, Teewah is always a great place to come to. The last challenge is getting off the beach. We're getting down the bottom there, a lot of traffic today, so I'm sure the sand's dug up a little bit. All right, well, let's see if we can get her off. Look at your momentum. Take that jet ski, dude.
we just watched a jet ski try and get up there, and he struggled and kept cutting up the track, trying to get onto his part, and I think his problem was his tyres weren't down.
Exactly, but he wasn't giving me any bloody confidence because I knew I had to drag the caravan up next. But anyway, here we are, we made it.
I was more frightened that he was chopping up the track and screwing it up for everyone else.
Alright, we've just come back off the beach and we're airing up now for Christmas. Alison said, what do you want for Christmas? And because we've got to travel around the van, we can only have like one thing each, which is good because you've got to think about the weight you put in and the room, the space you've got for it. And the only thing I wanted was this air gun from ARB. That was it. What was the cost out? Without giving away my Christmas present too much, ballpark figure?
I will say between $78 and $82.
There you go. All right, so this is it here. If you just have a look at the dial, bring the camera now. So if you just have a look at the dial on here, it has a function button. I'll just shuffle through a couple of the functions if I can. There you go. So you can change it to KPA, you can change it to bar. I have no idea what bar is, but I just work into PSI. You hook it up to your air system that you got inside your car, and it works exactly like the air gun does when you go to the petrol station. It just makes airing up so much easier and more accurate too. So what I'll do is I'll blow this tyre up because we're back on the road. The road pressures for our tyres on our Caravan is 44, and that's just the right for us. I did ask Sunseeker what they suggested because the manufacturer, I think on the compliance plate says 80 psi per tyre, but that just seems way too hard. So we're going to come back up to 44, gives us a good ride, and I'll show you how quick that is to do it. Right, so to check your pressure as it goes up, all you do is just release your valve. So when I push it down and put air in the tyre, you don't get an accurate reading on your gauge there, so I'll pump some air in, and then when I let it go, it'll come back and tell me what's in there. So at the moment there's 43.5 psi in there. We want to go to 44, so let's give it a little pump. And there we are. Now you can see, and I was hoping it was going to do this, I've gone a little bit over. Just on the side here there's an air release valve, so if I just push and hold that, I can make minor adjustments to the pressure in the tyres. Now we're back to 44, all good. Well, I'll just drop in a bit of footage while we're talking, but we've just come to the dump point as we've come off the beach. They provide a great facility here because you have to have a chemical toilet when you come and stay on Teewah Beach, don't you, Will?
Yes, you do.
I'll tell you what, over the last couple of years we've been coming here and they've started to enforce that rule. There's a different smell on the beach that has gone away, hasn't there?
I think it's improved. It's a good policy to have by the Queensland parks. Yeah,
exactly.
definitely.
Yep. And I'll tell you what, we haven't seen for a long time here. We haven't seen toilet paper all over the beach, which we did see, you know, several years ago. But
yes.
Yep, great facility here. It's probably about 1 kilometre or 2 kilometres past the air up point once you've come off the beach.
Yes.
Okay, did you enjoy your week on the beach, Al?
I had a great time on the beach.
Yeah, it's always beautiful when you come to Teewah. The worst thing about it is going home, particularly if it's been a sunny weekend and everybody's queuing up to get on the barge, and remember you've got to work with the tides to get off the beach. So just spin the camera out, Al. Here's our queue. If you know where the ferry is, we know we've got a little bit of a wait going on here before we get onto that. Don't forget, it's $22 for your fare each way, so $44 in total if you've got your caravan on. But if you don't have a caravan, it's just your car, $10 each way, and they don't accept small change like silver and stuff. So I think that's a good note to end this week's episode on. We really hope you enjoyed it. We hope you enjoyed Teewah Beach. If you ever get a chance to come up here, make sure you take the drive down to Double Island Point and walk up and see the lighthouse, because the views up there, particularly in the morning, are absolutely spectacular. And as I understand it, in the winter you can see plenty of whales.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So if you like this week's episode, make sure you like before you leave. If you haven't already subscribed, please do that. It helps our channel grow, and thank you and welcome to all of our new subscribers and our old faithfuls as well. It's been fantastic to have so many people come on board. I'm stuttering a little bit now because I'm excited to get to the next location, because I know it is, but you don't. And that's pretty much it now. It is. We'll see you next week. We'll definitely see you next week, next Saturday at 9 o'clock, and we'll be in a different state. Okay. That will be good. See you later. See ya. Yeah, I know that we just ended the episode, but don't go away just yet. Just want to show you a quick campsite that we stayed at when we come off the beach. It's in Karoi. It's about 15 minutes out of Noosa, and it's absolutely beautiful, and it cost you $15 a night. What'd you think of it, El? It was very nice. Oh, it's great. Now, a couple of things, if you do come and stay here, you can only stay here for 4 days, and I'm going to give you a look around in a second. It's got a dump point and it's got water, but it has no other facilities when you come here, just some beautiful green grass, plenty of room to put your caravan out. You can stay in a caravan, a camper trailer, but you can't stay in a tent. No. You need to be self-contained. You do need to be self-contained. And for staying in the Noosa area, $15 a night for 4 nights, you'll see as much as you need to see, and it's a great place to base yourself. Because the township, which is a beautiful little township, it's just a quick walk up the street. There's plenty of cafes, restaurants, and just some shops to wander around. It's a great area to base yourself out. Alrighty, so as we said a little bit earlier, we'll see you next week at 9 o'clock. Bye-bye.